be seated. It's my great honor and privilege to welcome everyone, graduates to be, family and friends, faculty, labor supervisors, assembled dignitaries to Berea College's 147th Commencement. Members of the class of 2019, what an exciting day this is for you and your family and friends. Our focus today is on you, but first let me welcome others who have come to celebrate with you. We know that our graduates would not be here today without a lot of love, support, and encouragement. And so parents, family members, and friends of the class of 2019, this is your day too. You provided a foundation that helped get these students to Berea. You taught them the values you thought most important. And by traveling alongside them on their college journey, you encouraged them in a very challenging endeavor. Today, we thank you for that. Would all family members and friends of this year's graduates please stand to receive our welcome and appreciation. Welcome also to the many Berea College labor supervisors who have worked closely with these students for the past 4 years. As labor supervisors, you have taught these students invaluable work skills. You have mentored them in so many ways and helped them polish their already considerable work ethics. Sometimes when they needed extra help, you were the first to know and to pitch in. You play a special role in the education of our students that many staff and faculty do not experience at other colleges. Could I please ask all labor supervisors to stand and receive our applause? To the Berea College faculty, you who today will say goodbye to students whom you have taught and nurtured during their time here. As their professors, you have had the privilege of teaching, challenging, encouraging, and caring for these young men and women across their Berea years, and we commend you for your committed work. Many of you have also served as labor supervisors or academic advisors, playing an even broader role in the students' journey and development leading up to this momentous day. Could I ask the faculty to stand and receive our applause? And let me also introduce the platform party. These speakers, guests, trustees, and administrators have played a role in the education of these students too, through their encouragement, daily work, support, and participation in this special ceremony. I'll ask each person to stand as I call your name and remain standing until all the names are called. And would the audience please hold its applause until the full platform party is standing. So starting on my left in the back row, David Sloan, trustee. Bill Richardson, trustee. Betty Olinger, trustee. Robert Young, trustee and chair of the board. Glenn Jennings, trustee. Tyler Thompson, trustee. Vance Blake, trustee. Judge Wilson, secretary of the board. Bernadine Douglas, vice president of Alumni and College Relations. Sylvia Asante, Dean of Labor. Virgil Burnside, Vice President for Student Life. Terry Thompson, Vice President for Strategic Initiatives. Derek Singleton, Vice President for Operations and Sustainability. Wapei Chen, Chief Information Officer. And Jeff Ambergy, Vice President for Finance. And then in the front row, starting again on my left, Ms. Judy Ginter, Registrar, Dr. Scott Steele, Associate Vice President and Dean of Curriculum and Student Success, Reverend Loretta Reynolds, Dean of the Chapel, Dr. George L. Lyon, our commencement speaker today, Dr. Catherine Ackerall, Emeritus Professor of Education Studies, who will introduce Dr. Lyon, Dr. Milan Watkins, Professor of French and bearer of the College Mace, and Dr. Chad Berry, Academic Vice President and Dean of the Faculty. And I'm embarrassed to say I missed one of our trustees in the back row. Everyone sit down except Mr. Charles Crow. Now, back to you, who are our reason for gathering today, the Berea College class of 2019. For you, today is celebratory, but in the anticipation of all that is ahead of you, you may be dealing with some anxieties too. That's natural, so Dr. Lyon and I have prepared some advice and encouragement for you that may be helpful, or may not. But even in all the emotions and excitement of this moment, I want you to look within yourself as well. What do you have to say to yourself in your now expanded capacity for discernment? What if you were to write your own commencement address? Any good speech needs 3 points, so as you do this, you should reflect on the journey that brought you to this point, celebrate your many accomplishments during your time here, and look forward with excitement to the opportunities that are ahead of you. Together, the 3 of us, you, me, and Dr. Lyon, should be able to come up with something pretty good. And the whole rest of the program will just add to the excitement. So let's get going. Will the class of 2019 please stand so we can show our appreciation for you? To deliver the invocation. Moshe Kleho is the Student Chaplain Coordinator at the Campus Christian Center and a member of the graduating class. She'll offer a blessing on this ceremony.
Join me in prayer. God of all people, we come together as a community to give thanks and to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2019. Berea College has given us a safe place to learn and grow to be our true selves, and with this strong foundation, we are confident that we are prepared for the next steps. We share this joy with our professors and labor supervisors who have loved and cared for us even at our worst, and with our families, far and near, who have encouraged us onto the finish line and stood by our side through the many bumps in the road. We are especially thankful for the friendships we have built with students from around the world. We are grateful for the times of joy and happiness we have shared together, and for comfort during the times of loss, hardships, and tears. Give us, O God, the courage to live out our great commitment, wherever our journey may lead. In our days of doubt, let this day serve as a reminder of our ability to achieve greatness despite our circumstances. Ka leina la gago Morena Jesu, re leboga wena. Amen.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Sylvia Asante, and I'm Dean of Student Labor at Berea. I'd like to share with you a couple minutes and also to share with you a supervisor and a worker on campus. So today we honor two members of our college communities, members who have provided exemplary services through the college's labor program. In so doing, I'd like to share with you a gem from Gina Rodin in her book, Practical Genius. She noted, every one of us has the capacity for genius. Any one of us could achieve or discuss or express something so extraordinary that it would change the world as we know it. Here at Berea, our student supervisors and leaders, mentors, influencers, and leaders to our students. They have the capacity to inspire, unleash hidden potentials, and help shape the geniuses that we are pleased to have in our midst. These are our student workers. So the supervisors and our student workers, they exemplify the college's fourth great commitment. And this commitment is also bound with work, learning, and service. So we'd like to honor two of our members today. For Supervisor of the Year, Kai Anderson from the Center for International Education. And so we'd like to present you with this award from the Labor Program for your outstanding work with our student workers. So Berea is also a member of the Work College Consortium. And for this, for Levi, we have some gifts also. And this is for job well done, Levi. And so also we are presenting him so he can remember us as we keep him very warm.
Congratulations, Kai and Levi. It's my honor to present the Elizabeth Perry Miles Award for Community Service. The Elizabeth Perry Miles Award for Community Service is awarded each year to someone who has given strong service to the Berea College community in his or her career. The recipient has not only served the Berea College community, but also made a large impact on the wider community. The recipient is not aware of their selection until it is announced each year at this point in the commencement service. I ask that she come forward as I read the award. Berea College presents the Elizabeth Perry Miles Award for Community Service to Jacqueline J. Burnside. Dr. Jackie Burnside has served both Berea College and the city of Berea in ways that matter the most. As a long-serving member of the Berea Arts Council, she has kept art alive for and part of the education of elementary and middle school students. Firmly believing that America's greatest treasure is our public education system, she has also served as an elected member on the Berea Community School Board for 18 years, demonstrating that civic engagement is the best way to promote the progress of our community. An inspiring professor of sociology, Jackie has been a strong voice for racial and ethnic diversity on campus. Her impact has been extended to the city of Berea through her work as director of the historic Black Berea Project. Her research from this project resulted in a touring map with audio and a picture book used by local schools, residents, and tourists. That project received the Lucy Harth Smith Atwood S. Wilson Award for Civil and Human Rights in Education by the Kentucky Education Association. In the spirit of the Miles Award, Jackie has tirelessly, quietly, and humbly touched countless lives all throughout Berea while seeking nothing in return. For her long-standing service to the community and for making the college and the city of Berea a better place for everyone, Berea College is honored to bestow the Elizabeth Perry Miles Community Service Award on Jackie Burnside.
Academic advising is central to the teaching and learning mission of Berea College and represents a profound commitment to student success. For students, academic advisors play many roles. At times, advisors play the role of teacher, sage, advocate, confidant, benevolent reminder, and friend. Berea has many excellent advisors, but today we will honor one. Nominators of this advisor note that they care about the whole student and expects everyone to succeed at a personal and academic level. One student notes, every time we meet, I am asked, how are your classes? How is your family? And how are you? This advisor does not ask this out of obligation, but because they genuinely care. Other nominators say the following. At one point, I thought I was in the wrong country and wrong college. My advisor believed in me so much, and they sent me so many resources that I eventually found a Berea home. Honestly, I would not be at Berea if it wasn't for this advisor. Finally, one nominator notes, this advisor was an amazing help to me when I proposed an independent major and celebrated with me enthusiastically when it passed. This advisor approaches advising as a poet. When working with students, he listens and observes with great intention. Then, at the appropriate moment, he delivers weighty and well-considered words to create the kind of lasting impact one finds in great stories. The winner of this year's Paul C. Hager Advising Award holds multiple degrees, including an MFA from Indiana University and a PhD from the University of Kentucky. This year's award winner has been serving Berea College as the director of the Loyal Jones Appalachian Center since 2012. Please join me now in celebrating the excellent advising work of Chris Green.
The faculty member we honor today is widely known and revered by students and faculty alike for breadth and depth of knowledge in a discipline as well as in teaching students how to think critically. One student says our honoree, quote, promoted one consistent agenda in and out of the classroom, student success, end quote. She says the professor incorporated a manner of empathetic and concerned listening in classroom discussion that drew us into thoughtful and enlightening dialogue. Another student says that our honoree, quote, gives advice, helps students see various options, and helps us to set our goals. This help, while advancing our maturity, also encourages us to be independent and to set and to pursue our goals, end quote. A third student says, sitting in this professor's classroom is like sitting in a debate. The students are allowed to offer their interpretation of the text. They are always required to use the text to support the interpretations they make. One faculty member says, quote, I can truly say I have learned more from this person than I have from any other teacher here. He continues saying, quote, I have heard excellent students commend this professor's classes over the years, and the fact that he doesn't teach students what to think, but how to think is a value that I see as central to a good liberal arts education. For 36 years, this faculty member has contributed richly to the learning mission of Berea College, and it is my honor to announce Dr. Bob Hogue, Penniman Chair in Philosophy, the winner of the 2019 Seabury Award.
Each year, Berea College presents the Wood Achievement Award to a top female and a top male in the graduating class who, quote, have achieved outstanding scholarship and made excellent contributions to the life of the college. It is my pleasure to present the TJ and Hilda Welsh Wood Achievement Awards to two outstanding members of the class of 2019. The two students are aware that they are the recipients, but today is the first time that the awards have been announced to the greater community. In their essays, both of these students shared that only by finding Berea were they able to achieve their dreams of pursuing a college education. By coincidence, they have some other things in common too, as you will see as I introduce them. The recipient of this year's Hilda Welsh Wood Achievement Award for Women grew up as the caregiver in her family due to her mother's medical disability. She says that after high school, quote, I knew that I wanted to further my education, but I was not sure where I could find a school that would not only be affordable for my family, but also develop my passion for learning and prepare me for the next steps in life. Luckily, I found Berea College, where I would be provided a well-rounded education along with many opportunities for growth outside the classroom. A very successful student in the sciences, she notes too that her Berea education has given her a, quote, more complete and holistic point of view, allowing her to see various topics such as race or religion in a new light, unquote. She also notes that the, quote, inclusivity at Berea College and my own study abroad opportunity have developed my cultural competency skills as well. This student took advantage of the full range of labor program experiences at Berea College, starting in her first year at the sought-after position of facilities assistant and working this year into being a lab assistant in one of the science programs. Beyond the classroom, this student was a member of Phi Kappa Phi and the International Thespian Society. She participated in the Berea tutoring program in Celts and captained the women's varsity soccer team. Graduating summa cum laude with a major in biology and a minor in physics, she is proud of her accomplishments in STEM disciplines, while saying firmly as well that Berea College could and should do more to support women studying in the sciences. Her plans for the future include medical school after working for a year or two. Please join me in congratulating the 2019 recipient of the Hilda Welch Wood Award for Women Amber Jean Fallon. The recipient of this year's T.J. Wood Award for Men says that although he was born and raised in Kentucky, he had never heard of Berea College before receiving an email from the Berea College soccer coach asking if he was interested in a, quote, free education, unquote. Thinking the email might be a scam, he nearly deleted it. But he was curious, and he says, quote, I mentioned the email to my high school counselor, and she assured me that the college was no hoax, but actually one of the nation's top institutions. The school's mission to serve low-income, disadvantaged students showed me that Berea believed in me even before I came to believe in myself, unquote. This student credits internships that he was able to undertake as a Berea student for the fact that he will be attending medical school in the fall, noting that if he had gone to another school, he would have had to work during the summers rather than exploring future opportunities. This student's labor assignment was in the internship office, so he worked throughout his time at Berea to make these wonderful opportunities available to all of you. This student took advantage of the breadth of experiences available at Berea College, serving in the SGA for 2 years as a member of the Board of Residents and volunteering for the Hispanic Outreach Project in Celts, teaching Spanish in first grade classrooms. He was a standout athlete, playing soccer all 4 years at Berea, captaining the men's soccer team in his junior and senior years, and also ran track and played tennis at the varsity level. During his time at Berea, he became involved in representing the institution to other organizations, thereby contributing importantly to the fundraising effort for the new MAC Science Building. He urges the college to make greater use of its amazing students for purposes like these, and I think that's a very good idea indeed. Graduating magna cum laude with a major in chemistry and a minor in biology, he will be continuing his studies in medical school at the University of Kentucky. So please join me in congratulating the 2019 recipient of the T.J. Wood Award for Men, Isaac Domenech.
Some of us are a little shorter than Lyle. George Ella Lyon, originally from Harlan, Kentucky, is an award-winning author with deep Appalachian roots. She was Kentucky Poet Laureate in 2015-16. She has authored many, many books for children, adolescents, and adults. Whatever the age of her intended audience, George Ella speaks to the reader's heart and mind, nurturing care in thinking and wonder at the world within and the world without. She calls us through her writing and her teaching to responsible care for the beauty and gifts of the earth, of our fellow beings, and of our own lives. Georgella is perhaps best known for her poem, Where I'm From, which has elicited heartfelt and extraordinary writing from students across the United States and abroad. In addition to making poetry more widely accessible, Georgella has created with this poem a means for people of all ages, including students at Berea College, to see and to honor the substance of their individual lives and to share that significance with others. There is a responsibility in Georgella Lyon's art, a responsiveness which recognizes the need to act. Her work has integrity with her inner charge, the integrity of social activism, construed not only as writing and singing songs about mountaintop removal, but as provoking wonder. There is no need to look at one part of her life or her work more than another. They are all of a piece. She teaches toward wholeness through all she does, wholeness of the world within us and the world outside. Not all artists teach, and not all teachers are artists. Georgella is both. She has the generous spirit it takes to create art that makes the wonder of the world and its complexity accessible to people of all ages. Mr. President, may I present Dr. Georgella Lyon as a most fitting candidate for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters from Berea College.
On the recommendation of the faculty of Berea College, and by virtue of the authority vested in it, the Board of Trustees has conferred upon Dr. Georgella Lyon, acclaimed poet, author, and lyricist, distinguished teacher, and dedicated humanitarian and activist, who reminds us of the responsibility we share for our fellow beings, for the place called Appalachia, and for our earth as a whole, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, given in the city of Berea in the Commonwealth of Kentucky on the 5th day of May in the year of our Lord, 2019. Congratulations, Georgella.
Well, it's just astonishing to me to be here. Thank you so much to everyone who is here and who is part of this. Thank you, Catherine, for that wonderful introduction. It makes such a difference when someone creates a place for you to step into with an introduction. It's no small art. And thank you for all the times you welcomed me as a visiting speaker to your classes. Thank you, President Rulofs and Berea College, for this honorary degree. Knowing all that Berea stands for, I'm doubly touched by this recognition, which I would like to accept in tribute to my mother, who was once a student here. I'll tell you more about her later. Most of all, I want to congratulate you new graduates and your families for the hope and hard work that have brought you to this moment. In many cases, you've triumphed against the odds. I'm privileged to celebrate it with you. Today, you begin the next phase of your lives. You have been taught here, strengthened, shaped. Now you take all that you've been given, all that you've become, out into the world which is in great need of your gifts. I believe that each of us comes into the world with a gift only we can give. The Hopi people call this your original medicine. And part of the purpose of education is to help you find and nurture that gift. In addition, Berea has instilled in you the importance of service to others. If you stay close to your gift and find ways to give it, you may do some wandering, but ultimately you won't get lost. As novelist and theologian Frederick Buechner says, the place God calls you to is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. The day I stood in your shoes, catalpa trees were in bloom. I was in shock. I'd never felt like I belonged in high school, but I had felt I belonged at college, and I knew it fairly fast. I found friends who are still dear to me today. And I loved my classes. Here's an excerpt from a letter to my parents written a month after I arrived. Dear Mother and Daddy, fine arts is still my favorite course. I love every minute of it. Dr. Cantrell reads poetry till it hangs in the air and nobody moves. Did I tell you that on Monday he played one of the few records in existence of W.B. Yeats reading his own poetry? It was wonderful. He also seated us mathematically, dealt one-word cards, and made us into a poetry-writing digital computer. It was a riot. For Monday, we have to read a play, The Rhinoceros. I just finished it. It's far out, way far out. Can you tell this was the late 60s? I was so excited the first 6 weeks of college that I could hardly sleep. I couldn't continue at that pitch, of course, but the love I felt for what I was learning, for the passion with which it was taught, and for the friends I was making only deepened. Come graduation, I didn't really want to leave. But leave you must. Graduation is a little like coming to the top of a very long escalator. Today, you get off and begin again. I want to offer some thoughts to take with you. Years ago, I was speaking at a school in Louisville and saw these words on the door of the music room. Be flexible, make great mistakes. Life is movement. Whatever your plan for the future, it's liable to fall apart if there's no flexibility. Sometimes if you doggedly follow the map you made for yourself, the result is like a confused GPS. You wind up heading down a boat ramp. This is not a disaster. Mistakes are how we learn. As someone said, she who makes no mistakes makes nothing. Just be flexible enough to turn around. Don't drive on into the lake. We're not brought up to expect our lives to be a series of beginnings. From the time we're little, people ask, what are you going to be when you grow up? The expectation is that we'll become one thing and stick to it. I wanted to be a neon sign maker and a zookeeper and an astronaut. Sometimes I think that might have been a good idea. Is life like that we become one thing and don't change? Not in my experience. Some people's lives may look like that from the outside, but beware of comparison. It's hard to know what's going on in your own life, much less somebody else's. And anyway, suppose their life is what it looks like. What has that got to do with you and your life? As poet William Stafford reminds us, we have to be ourselves. All other jobs are taken. Astrologically speaking, I am a Taurus, a fixed earth sign who likes her little hooves firmly on home ground. I do not like change, but I've learned how much energy I can waste resisting it or heading down whatever path I think might avoid it. My bullheadedness is helpful when persistence is needed, but not when letting go is called for. Luckily, there are other systems that let us look at ourselves according to our birthdays. In the Celtic tree calendar, which you might want to check out, I am a willow, and willows stay strong by bending. So what can I, a bullish willow, offer you as you set off on your journey? Let me tell you a story. My mother, Gladys Fowler, came to Berea as a freshman in 1938, the first person in her family to go to college. She loved novels and history, and she hoped to become a literature professor at a college much like Berea. But before she could return for her sophomore year in the fall of 1939, her younger sister was killed in a car wreck. She decided to take a year off to help her parents in Harlan. Meanwhile, my father, Robert Hoskins, also the first in his family to attend college, had graduated from UK and begun medical school at Tulane. Before his first year ended, however, he began having double vision and couldn't do the microscope work. To complete his studies, he needed risky and expensive eye surgery, so he went home to Harlan to work and consider his options. He made an appointment with an ophthalmologist where my mother had just started working. Daddy saw two of her, and he fell for them both. Meanwhile, in the larger world, Hitler invaded Poland, and Britain declared war on Germany. Love and war ended the thoughts my parents had about returning to medical school and finishing college. They lived near Harlan in a house my grandfather built for them for the rest of their lives. In a much less dramatic fashion, I got rerouted too. After college, knowing I wanted to be a poet, at which nobody makes a living, I applied to writing programs around the country, planning to get an MFA and teach. All but Indiana University turned me down, and there I wound up getting a PhD in order to be eligible to be part of the poetry workshop. That's a long story. After that, I went on the job market. But guess what? I got lots of interviews, but nobody hired me. What was I doing wrong? It felt like failure at the time, but now I think it was my guardian angel who knew I had something else to do. I'll spare you the twists and turns of part-time teaching and some really odd jobs, like writing a column as a dog named Rational Ralph, and selling limericks about irritable bowels to a drug company. If you ever need a rhyme for bowel. But the winding road put me at the University of Kentucky in time to meet Gurney Norman, who hired me to work on the Appalachian Poetry Project. Gurney introduced me to my tribe of Appalachian writers and scholars, including Loyal Jones, and changed my life. You can't be sure where your path will take you. What you can be sure of is that it will change, you will change, and the world and those you care for will change too. Your job is to stay in touch with yourself and what matters most during these transformations. My parents couldn't follow the paths they set out on, but they found each other and meaningful work in the mountains they loved. My brother became the literature professor our mother had dreamed of, and I became a poet, the woman who had failed to get the academic job she had imagined would allow her to make a living and write. That failure, along with teachers and mentors who came my way, gave me the writing life I'd wanted all along. If things had gone the way I planned, I might have missed it. Looking back, I see I was not alone. In so many ways, I have been hand-carried to this moment. There were so many times when people reached out to me, guided me, taught me, welcomed me, and gave me a chance to give my gifts in new ways. So remember, as you go out into the world of your life, you are not alone. We are all connected. Like the trees in a forest, we are called to support and protect and help heal one another. The gift you bring the world is part of that healing. Though we are different in many ways, we are all in this journey together. I'd like to leave you with a song about that. I wrote it as a poem in a collection called Voices from the March on Washington, which recreates that day in 1963 through the voices of everyday people. The poem is called Creed. Here's the first stanza. I am not the you of you, and you are not the me of me, but we're here in solidarity, brothers, sisters, one. Now I have to get my washboard. You may not have seen this before at a commencement. When I brought it to the Poet Laureate induction, I had to take it through security. And the guard said, "What's that for?" And I said, "I've come to clean up the government." And he said, "How long can you stay?" I am not the you of you, and you are not the me of me, but we're here in solidarity, brothers, sisters, one, 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 brothers, colored skin, kin to different colored kin. But it's one march we're marching in, for freedom to be one, 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 one. Brothers, sisters, one. One planet gave us birth, one birthright gives us worth. We must stand equal on the earth, for justice to be done, 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 for freedom to be one, 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 one. Brothers, sisters, one.
This is so exciting. I get to stand on a box and I get to follow a poet. Nevertheless, at this time we come to recognize our first generation graduates. I'm not a poet, but I love what poets, the words they write, the inspiration they give us all. So I'm taking poetic license, as I've done in previous graduations, with a piece of work of Dr. Benjamin Mays, who is an author, a poet, a mentor to civil rights leaders, and past president of Morehouse College. Dr. Mays reminds us that it must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. It is not a calamity to have dreams unfulfilled, but it is a calamity not to dream. It is not a disaster to be unable to capture your ideal, but it is a disaster to have no ideal to capture. It is not a disgrace not to reach the stars, but it is a disgrace to have no stars to reach for. With your graduation today, you are well on your way to reaching more of your goals and dreams, so do not aim low while reaching for the stars, but take some time to recognize that you are the star of your achievements. Will our first generation graduates please stand and be recognized? And I'd like for you to remain standing because we're going to demonstrate how many first college generation graduates is out there. So would first generation graduates of faculty and staff please stand and be recognized as well? And first generation graduates in our audience, family, friends, visitors, those of you who are first generation college graduates, will you all please stand as well? Dream fulfilled. You be seated. Thank you.
Well, beloved Bereans of the class of 2019, it's almost official. You're about to graduate and receive your diplomas. Before we get to that, I have a few thoughts to share too. But I want to start by thanking our distinguished guest, Georgella Lyon, for her inspirational and thoughtful remarks. Here we are at the top of the escalator together. And whether we are willow Tauruses or some other great combination of characteristics, we're facing an inscrutable future, and in times of uncertainty like that, creeds and washboards are both very helpful. Students of the graduating class of 2019, you are the main focus today. Over the last 4 years, you have won us over, and it's not easy for us to let you go. But today, we are celebrating your individual and collective accomplishments. First and foremost, we need to celebrate you. Looking around at the people gathered here, I see amazing diversity. Students, families, and friends from the region, all over the country, and all over the world. Berea College was created to serve all the peoples of the earth, and at moments like this, that commitment is totally visible. Think about that. Berea College was created for each and every one of you, white, black, or brown, from the hills, from the city, or from another country, gay, straight, or trans, conservative, moderate, progressive, of many different religious persuasions, and headed for every conceivable career. The only folks excluded are those who could afford to attend college elsewhere. I guess I'm okay with that sort of exclusion. Income diversity, to coin a euphemism, is a form of diversity that we need less of in our culture, and Berea College stands against it. I want to begin by asking you to think back a bit. In your time at Berea College, you have celebrated the start of 4 academic years, which, as you know, we do by processing into this very space for opening convocation. Each year we use the same theme for those celebrations. We call it Berea Stories. And each time you have heard 6 Bereans, current students, faculty, staff, alumni, and retirees tell their Berea stories. We have heard some amazing ones in the last 4 years, and some of the speakers are part of this ceremony today. Maria Lewis was the first-year student speaker 4 years ago, and today she's graduating. Laksha Bharajwaj was the SGA president speaker last fall, and he too is graduating. Several revered faculty have shared their stories, and they're here to celebrate with you. But alas, we lost Dr. Jan Blythe, who was the faculty speaker in your first year. 2 of our trustees here with me on the platform, Dr. Betty Olinger and Mr. Vance Blade, spoke as alumni in the last 2 years, and several of the staff speakers are here to celebrate with you as well. Putting that all together, you've heard 24 chapters of what I like to call the Book of Berea. And you have also each year been challenged by me to begin writing your own Berea story and to keep it up to date. I challenge you now, one last time, to continue that process of self-discovery. Who knows, you might get called on to be the alumni speaker one of these years. You better have that story ready. You already have a fascinating Berea story, and it will only get more interesting as you grow and take on more challenges beyond Berea, as you encounter sadness and joy, as you develop new relationships and sustain old ones. In short, as you live your life as a Berean. In the remainder of my comments, I'm going to focus on 2 concepts, community and commitments. First, the latter. Berea College has 8 great commitments, and you can look at them again. They're listed on the back of your program. Not all schools have great commitments, and if other schools have commitments, they're usually not so great. In fact, I'll predict that as you go forward from here, it will become increasingly clear just how truly singular is the institution at which you got your degree. You'll talk about your college experience with graduates from other schools, and Berea's distinctiveness will really stand out. Looking ahead, here's how I think those conversations will go. Your future friends and colleagues will be really impressed when you let them know that you went to the first college in the South to admit all students, regardless of gender or race. and that was because of the Christian values of its founders, and that school still proclaims those values while welcoming with enthusiasm and appreciation to its community persons of all spiritual commitments. They'll have a hard time believing you when you say that you went to a college where none of the students could have afforded to pay any tuition and they didn't have to. Maybe they'll envy you when you let them know that you got to work for the college you attended. And that helped you polish your work skills, which will explain why you have turned out to be the most capable person in that workplace, in case they were wondering why. It also helped you pay for your other college expenses and was an important contribution to the operation of the school. And you can let them know that your school was deeply dedicated to sustainability and appreciation for the Appalachian region and its cultures and environment, and that you even got a day off from class every year to go climb the school's mountains. At that point in the conversation, you should have them pretty interested. All you have to do then is invite them to visit Berea someday, perhaps on Mountain Day, and they will likely become Berea friends for life. Secondly, a little bit about community, because we have a very special one here at Berea. It's a learning community, of course. That's our main purpose, and one we honor with sincere devotion to the majestic liberal arts intellectual tradition. But it's also more than that, because in all of our differences, we have some things in common. An identification with the mission of Berea College and to the noble ideals of social justice that we list in the preamble to the Great Commitments: the power of love over hate, human dignity and equality, and peace with justice. We have shared economic circumstances. And finally, we are all co-workers here. Whatever your labor positions were, you contributed essentially to the operations of this place, as does everyone else in our campus community. Of course, the community is not perfect. No collection of imperfect human beings could ever be. But still, it is remarkable. So here's another prediction for you as you go forth. Future communities that you become part of, unless you stay here in Berea, are unlikely to equal it. You'll have to consider that fair warning of something you'll encounter beyond the Berea bubble. This will be a challenge for you, but I hope you also consider it to be an opportunity. As you achieve leadership positions in those future communities, which you will, I know, based on the track record of many Bereans who have gone before you, start thinking about how you can bring something of Berea to the other contexts in which you will be living and serving. Adding a little Berea to the character of any community will make it better. Beyond that challenge, I don't think you need more advice on how to live a good and impactful life outside the Berea bubble. You're well on the way to figuring that out. Please know just that we want to stay in touch. We are so very proud of you and want to keep up to date with your Berea story and to admire your impactful life as it develops. We want you to stay connected with one another and with the Bereans who graduated before you and after you and with us. Once a Berean, as I told you in your first year, always a Berean. So congratulations. Let's get on with awarding your degrees. And after the celebrations are over, go forth in confidence and joy.
Mr. President, I recommend that the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Natural Resources be conferred on all eligible candidates. Would the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the faculty, the Board of Trustees, and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in agriculture and natural resources with all the rights and privileges attached thereto. Would you please come forward to receive your diplomas?
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Natural Resources, Alondra Barrera Garcia. Michael A. Dawson. Sydney M. Depp. John Henry Height III. Lance M. Hostetler. Eunice Betsabe Hihon Harkin. Grace Kathleen Kinner, magna cum laude. Noah Bestwick Satterley. Lauren E. Weber, cum laude. And Caitlin Desiree Yates. Mr. President, I recommend that the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration be conferred on all eligible candidates. Would the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the faculty, the Board of Trustees, and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I am pleased to confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with all the rights and privileges attached thereto. Would you please come forward to receive your diplomas?
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Aidana Almazova, summa cum laude. Yabsara Habtewald Ayele. Benhart P. Christen. Derby Ozioma Chukudi, cum laude. Alyssa N. Kuhn. Matilda Oluwabukola Dada. Ian Alexander Dorman. Julissa Carla Guzman. Annalise M. Hackney. Jacqueline Renee Howard, magna cum laude. Merle Glenn Hudson, magna cum laude. Elena A. Husseinova. Lakshya Indreswaran. Martin Manganda Munyika Kamea. Griffin Chase Norris. Brandon W. Pollock. Benjamin T. Rowe. Andrea Mihaela Teban. Brianna Nicole Williams. And Kyle Theodore Young. Mr. President, I recommend that the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing be conferred on all eligible candidates. Would the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the faculty, the Board of Trustees, and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the rights and privileges attached thereto. Would you please come forward to receive your diplomas?
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Melissa Garcia Maldonado. Rachel Lauren Hickman. Laura E. Lindsay. Marissa Lynette Morales. Awa Niasi. Logan Zane Price. Dana N. Sutton, cum laude. And Brooklyn Danette Adams, cum laude. Mr. President, I recommend that the degree of Bachelor of Science in Technology and Applied Design be conferred on all eligible candidates. Would the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the faculty, the Board of Trustees, and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Technology and Applied Design, with all the rights and privileges attached thereto. Would you please come forward to receive your diplomas?
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Technology and Applied Design, Kayla Michelle Barber, cum laude. Benjamin James Butero. Kaylor B. Coleman. John Logan Holbert. Michael Paul Hurt. Jedediah Wilson Radosevich. Robert Lee Tatum, Jr. Travis Wade Uzzle. Rachel L. Warren. And Jonathan W. Wilson. Mr. President, I recommend that the degree of Bachelor of Arts be conferred on all eligible candidates. Would the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the faculty, the Board of Trustees, and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges attached thereto. Would you please come forward to receive your diplomas?
For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Esther Iomide Abiera. Catherine Lindsay Ackerman. Austin T. Adkins. Favor Chinicheram Akabog, magna cum laude. Andrew Connor Akins. Johannes Netzere Amsalu. Chris Tina Anderson. Cabrina Haley Arthur. Bradley Philip Atkinson. Courtney Beth Baker. Emily Irene Barger. Kylie Elena Joanne Bernard, cum laude. Ram Bastola. Emily Rose Batson, magna cum laude. Brianna F. Beckler. Dave Bell IV. Kylie R. Bernard. Erin Tonisha Berry. Laksha Bharadwaj. Roslyn Irene Bazell. Bryn Elizabeth Boggs. Shanayla Janice Bond. Constantine Miles Bottomer. Emily L. Brown. Teresa Jade Bruns. Jacob R. Bugley, magna cum laude. Kevin Thomas Buckshot, Jr. Julia Constance Bullock. Amanda Paige Burton, cum laude. Corey S. Bush. Jordan Matthew Burns, cum laude. Jairus Adelaide Carter. Alberto Cepeda, cum laude. Jonathan M. Chawa. Mario A. Chavarria Rodriguez. Nikki Ann Clayton, summa cum laude. Dorothy A. Coe, magna cum laude. Adriana R. Coffey. Sunshine Renee Koger, cum laude. Dusty S. Cole. Kevin Scott Coleman. Trey Michael Lee Collins, magna cum laude. Megan L. Caldwell. Alicia Marie Crocker, magna cum laude. Omanika Rochelle Crockett. Vincent Michael Davis, cum laude. Emily Dove DeNigris. Canessa R. Dickerson. Isaac Pedro Dominique Gonzalez, magna cum laude. Autumn Brianne Edwards, cum laude. Tahmid Ifaz. Augusta Simone Enns, magna cum laude. Christopher Escamilla. Emily Raven Curie Fitzpatrick. Eilish Rose Flannery. Corbin Lawrence Fleggy. Andrea Flores Rocha. Amber Jean Fallen, summa cum laude. Alejandro Galeana Salinas. Logan Gabriel Gardner. Guy Luke Garrison. Isaac Christian Parker Garvin. Angel L. Gass. Moses Safa Gamondo. Christian Justice Gensel. Sean U. Gillette. Anthony E. Gluck, magna cum laude. Tyler M. Goins, cum laude. Gabriel L. S. Gabu Gomez II, cum laude. David Gonzalez. Luis Gerardo Gonzalez Anguiar, magna cum laude. Aaron Faith Goodpastor. Danielle M. Graves. Dejan Simone Graves. John R. Grove, magna cum laude. Benjamin Patrick Hall, cum laude. Limu Kutu Hall. Timothy C. Hammett. Jalen E. Harris. Brittany Renee Harrison. Dionysius Labdo Grahito Hadmaji. John M. Hayes. Sabria Christina Nari Hector. Manuela Incapie Vidal, magna cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Hodson. Malachi Thomas Holden, summa cum laude. Colton Grant Honeycutt, magna cum laude. Bethany Jade Howard, cum laude. Erica Christine Howard, magna cum laude. Simeon Michael Joseph Huff, summa cum laude. Noah Cray Hughes. Julia Nicole Hayden. Merci Ira Cosé. Shanita Ariona Monique Jackson, cum laude. Christopher James. Evan James William Johnson. Jada S. Jones. Lyric Arnell Sympathy Jones. Puspa L. Kafli. Giarnu Karki, cum laude. Leander A. Kime. Coraline Marie Kinney. Jeanne Brianne Knowles. Levi Vincent Kurtenbach, summa cum laude. Riley Mariah Lanham. Curtis R. Lawson. Josie Maria Lewis. Seth Matthew Lewis. Samantha Renee Loren. Mosha Clejo Ellen Mahoba. Jackie Hunter Malone. Kavita Catherine Malstead, magna cum laude. Marima Andrew Mambondiumwe. Alexandria J. Maracia. Alondra Martinez. Emily Perfect Masters, magna cum laude. Temvelo Rejoice Matsebula. Hallie Virginia Mattingly, magna cum laude. Luke D. McLean. Samuel S. McMahon. Shamal Rajith Mehdi Waka. Laura Diane Menifee. Cody W. Mitchell, cum laude. Abdirrahman Osman Mohammed. Caitlin Charity Morris. Hajar Mushtahi. Ashley Aaron Muller. Sarah R. Mullins, cum laude. Katarina Nabuhotna, magna cum laude. Kenny Louise Nelson, magna cum laude. Jacob A. New. Kitumaini Turubika. Jalisa M. Nunez. Kyra Ann O'Connor. Rebecca Lynn O'Connor. Trey A. Ogletree. Maria Celine Otero, cum laude. Thomas Jeff Owens. Svetlana Patterson, cum laude. Alyssa McKell Payne. Tori Phillips. Chase J. Powell. Aaron P. Pugh. Jesse J. Ray. Taylor Nicole Ray. Emma M. Reesner, summa cum laude. Talha Rahman. Aris J. Riley. Angela M. Reinhard. Kendra Daisy Roberts. Elizabeth Alexandra Ronillo. Arlo Anthony Rosedaughter. Connor Runyon. Wade A. Rutherford. Dakota Danny Saylor. Rebecca Lynn Schmidt. Bo Shaka Schweitzer, cum laude. Adara L. Scott. Madeline Lee Sheely. Zachary D. Schultz. Eric Leo Shaka. Samantha Elaine Madison Seiss. Rebecca Danielle Sizemore, magna cum laude. Samuel Wayne Elkanah Slater. Madison Lane Stanfield. Destiny Dakota Strange Banks. Tirtha Subedi, cum laude. Daisy Laura Marie Sullivan. Christopher Scott Tadlock. Liam David Taylor. Catherine R. Thompson. Kirsten Caroline Tingle, magna cum laude. Jonathan Rayshawn Tinsley. Sierra Nicole Turner. Lynn Tran. Jacob Martin Uzzle, magna cum laude. Jennifer Elizabeth Walden, magna cum laude. Drianna Ann Wallace. Sarah Alexandra Watts. Chandler M. Waugh. Abigail L. Whitaker, cum laude. Joshua Mark Wilson. Kevin Burdette Woods, Jr. Mursal Jamal Yahubi. Dustin Keith Young. Michelle Zarco. And Kaylee Alexandra Paget.
Okay, now is the moment. You can move your tassels from the right side to the left. Camera person, did they all move their tassels? Okay, good. All right, it's official. You are all graduates. And I'm going to ask the audience to remain seated for the benediction and the recessional. In between, we will sing the alma mater. And we will be partying out on the quad. The weather has cooperated. We're looking forward to seeing you all out there after the ceremony.
Graduating class of 2019. As you step into your future, please receive this blessing. May God be with you in good times and in the rough times of your life. May you have the spiritual vision to recognize your particular gift and use it to provide a healing balm to a hurting world. May the twists and turns of your life make you stronger. May your joys and successes instill in you a grateful heart and a humble spirit. May the disappointments and failures you encounter along the way increase your wisdom. And may the love of family and friends support you through the hills and the valleys, the bumps and the detours of life. May you laugh and love and sing and dance. And as you begin again, may God's face smile upon you and give you strength for your journey, wherever that journey may lead you. Go now in the hope and wisdom and peace of the one who walks with you today and through every day of your one wild and wonderful life. Go in peace, go in joy. Amen.
Would you please stand and join us in the singing of our alma mater, Berea Beloved?